Flosstube, it's Jen from Jen's Stitching Niche. I'm back for an update video. It's going to be a fairly short one because it's just before 9 o'clock on Friday, June 15th, and I have a meeting at my office at 10:30, so I've got a 30-minute drive, so I've got to leave here in about 30 minutes. But I wanted to get this video done before I left for the day because this weekend my husband and I are going to New Orleans for his birthday. His birthday's today. He's 50 years old. He's a wonderful husband. I probably don't talk about him enough on my videos, but he is a sweetheart. One of my colleagues, when I talk about him, she's like, I think Hobby is a magical creature because he's really sweet. He does a lot of things for a lot of people. He's got the best personality. He's happy all the time. At his office, he's a prankster. He's always playing pranks on people, and his birthday celebration at work was yesterday. So all of the office staff decided they were going to play a joke on him and do something to his office. They had all these balloons, and they were going to put them in his office. Well, he knew what was going to happen, and so he turned the tables, I guess. So he had his office set up. So when one of the ladies opened the door, or anybody opened the door, but it just happened the first person was a lady that he plays a lot of pranks on. When she opened the door, a snake, he had a fake snake that would zoom towards her, and another one that would lift up like a cobra on his desk. He had a crazy looking clown mask that would be peeking out at you. And then as she opened the door all the way, he had an air horn on the back of the door. So when it hit the wall, it sounded. Someone knew that this was all set up, so they videotaped it as she was going into the office and sent it to Hobby so he could enjoy the prank himself. But they just, so all day yesterday at his office apparently was just being, I guess it was like middle school. But they had a good time. It's a good work environment. He loves his job. I always say, please don't play so many jokes that they fire you. But he said that he's not concerned about that. But again, he's a wonderful person. He's the one that's planting all the flowers that I keep showing. He's our beekeeper for real. I go and help him, but he does most of the work, and he's a good guy. So happy birthday, Hobby. Can't wait till we go celebrate this weekend in New Orleans. We're going to go eat good food. So what the main thing I'm going to do today, it's going to be a short video because I don't have very much to share, but I've been doing my monogamous June stitching. So I've only been working on one project at a time until I finish it, which is a little different for me. So I mentioned this in my last video that I went through my whips and pulled out things that were very close to being finished, and that's what I was going to work on this month. So I have 3 finishes this week. I'm so excited. I've only shown one on Instagram, but I finished one last night and I finished one the night before. So in pretty quick succession. I'll go ahead and show you my first one that I've already shown on Instagram. Is My Pink Rose by Blackbird Design. And this was released in 2015, I believe. But it's cute. I stitched it on just plain linen, not the polka dot, but that's my finish. And I substituted when I needed to because I ran out of some threads. I think it's really cute. And I'll finish it as a pillow probably this next week. My second finish was a Stacy Nash. And I've been stitching on this for a while, and I did not realize how very close I was to finishing this. I worked on it last night and finished it last night. I finished it at 11:50 last night, but I finished it. And it's the 12 Days of Christmas sewing roll. I'm stitching it on the called for fabric, which is 30 count putty, but I substituted silks for the cottons because I have some in my stash and I want to use up some of my stash. So here is the final product. Let's see if I got it. There it is. I think it is so pretty. I love those colors. I changed up the peacock because I ran out of the silk I was using, so you'll notice it's kind of a two-tone. The bottom is it's called Cinnamon Stick from Belle Soie, and the top part is another silk that I had, and then it has the yellow in it. But I thought it was really pretty. I'm going to finish this as a table mat. Okay, my third finish is one that I am excited to share. This is the sampler that Teresa designed for my shop. She we all know that Teresa Kitten Stitcher is an amazing designer, and I love her work. And when she offered to do this, I was like, yeah, I would love for you to do that. So she designed this. I showed a schematic of it on a previous video, but it does not do it justice. This is gorgeous. I would stitch a little bit and I'd send a picture to Teresa. I'm like, this is amazing. This is amazing. So we are going to have the charts available soon, hopefully next week. I'm actually dropping this off with Teresa this afternoon, and she's going to frame it and photograph it, and then start printing the charts. And as soon as I get the charts in, you'll see them on my Etsy store. So I've got to order in thread packs if anybody wants the threads. It's Weeks Dye Works threads, but I'll order those in. And then the linen I'm using is a Lakeside linen. It's Black Forest, and I've ordered the linen, but if everybody knows, Lakeside linen is overwhelmed with a lot of orders right now. So I'm going to contact Lakeside probably Tuesday and see what's the timeline. But you could stitch this on any, you can substitute the linen. So here is Purple Martin Apiary. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my goodness, I think this is so pretty. I love the border at the top with the bees. I love that row of beehives and bee skeps with all the bees buzzing around. That was fun to stitch. I love the text. And then the gourds and the Purple Martin are so pretty. I love that bird. And we joke, because we have Italian bees, and I always say they're sweet. So Teresa came up with that. Our honey's as sweet as our bees. And then that little bee on the kind of crosshatch there is really pretty. So I love this. Teresa, you're amazing. So pretty. So I stitched this. I think this is 40 count. And it's Weeks Dye Works. And I loved it. It's actually a fast stitch. I was surprised. And I was talking to Teresa that, if people don't want to do Purple Martin Apiary, they could probably write, do something else. And so she said, well, I'll include an alphabet in the chart. So if someone wants to rechart that, they'll have the alphabet. So that was very sweet of her. So cute. Thank you, Teresa. And again, this will be available in my shops probably starting next week. If you're interested, just go to the Etsy store. It's jenstitchingniche.etsy.com, and it'll be available there. So that was my third finish. I'm going to continue to stitch on one project at a time through the month of June. I've got a couple of more that just maybe 2 nights of stitching I'll have it finished, so I'm excited about that. There's a couple of more exciting things that Teresa and I have kind of got in the works, and I'll be hopefully able to share those in the next week or so. I'm enjoying my time off, and we are, my house is getting clean. That's nice. We had yesterday was a bad day. Sally was sick all day, our little puppy. So fortunately she woke up this morning feeling better. So of course my husband would call me every few hours to check on her. I'm like, she's fine. She ate too much human food. You're not supposed to feed dogs human food. I know, Nicole, I'm not supposed to feed my puppy human food. And I tell my husband that. And he feeds her human food. And so she was a little puny yesterday. She's been sad today, the last 2 days, because I won't feed her anything except her dog food, and she thinks I'm evil. So when my husband got home last night, she was like, "You're the best person in the world. Come on, let's go in the kitchen and find some real food." But I wouldn't let him feed her anything else either. So she has to eat her food and leave our food alone. So maybe we can retrain her. But she's better now. She woke me up this morning to let me know that she was feeling better. Chickens are doing great. They're starting to look like the adult version of the chickens. We have some Lakenvelders. They're the ones that are black. They have the black head and the white bodies. And they're starting to look like that. They're so pretty. They like to, we still have them in the little pen because I don't want to put them out. They're not quite old enough to go into the chicken yard yet. But when I open that up, those 3 girls are the first to fly up, and they like to perch on the edge of the little tub we have them in. Um, but they're doing great. They are. It's funny. I'll have to do a video of Sally taking care of them because she doesn't bite them. She's very good, but she nudges them. So if they try to get out, she'll nudge them until they get back into the pen. Even if they're just on the edge, she'll nudge them back into the pen. So she's a good farm dog. We're very proud of her. I guess that's it. There's not a lot more for me to say. It's a short video, so it should upload pretty quickly. I'm going to take the Purple Martin apiary piece to Teresa this afternoon and upload that. And it's so pretty. I'm probably going to do videos on Mondays through the summer. I think that'll be an easy pattern so I can show what I'm doing for the week, and any other fun stuff I have planned. And then hopefully I can continue that as the fall semester begins, because I only have one class on Mondays, and so I should have time to do that. I am going to start carrying some new product in my shop. I contacted several of the punch needle and felt applique companies over the week, and I'm going to start placing orders with them, and hopefully within 2 weeks I'll have some more of that type of craft in my shop, which I love punch needle and I love wool applique. So look for those in my shop, probably starting the last week in June. And then, of course, the last week in June, I'm going to the retreat in Tennessee, so I get to see my other sister, Katrina. Oh, and also I've told my older sister Sharon and my younger sister Bridget that they have to come and be on my video. So I told them that we were going to record on Sunday, but I'm probably not, because I'll be in New Orleans. Maybe Sunday night, and they're supposed to both bring a project to show. And then next, let's see, the 17th is Sunday. That's Father's Day. And then the 24th, our stitching group's getting together over here. So I'll do a little video with all of us. You've met Lisha and you've met Bridget. You've only heard my sister Sharon, so you'll get to meet her on the next video, hopefully, or 2 videos for now. So a lot of, in the future, this is what's going to happen. Again, thank you for visiting. I'm just overwhelmed with the number of likes and comments that I've gotten on my last video. I have been reading them. I'm going to go back and respond to them. And then I'm also going to do the questions. So I'm collating the questions, and then that's going to be part of the next video. I'll talk about what those answers are. And if you haven't watched my last video, make sure you go and listen and watch the video, because there's a giveaway. There's actually 2 giveaways. And you have to watch the video to find out what you have to say. You need to watch the video, but you can enter to for a chance to win one of 2 items. So Foodimentary is going well. Those of you that follow me on Instagram, you see more pictures of food from me than you do of stitching lately, because I do the Foodimentary 365 days of food celebration. It's been a sweet week. We've had German chocolate cake, peanut butter cookies, cupcake, and strawberry shortcake 4 days in a row. So fortunately, I have 2 sons that like to eat that food, and their metabolism's better than mine, so I get a bite or 2 and then they clean up the mess for me. Yesterday I made the strawberry shortcake recipe that was in the book, and I took that to work because I have 5 graduate students that work with me in the lab, the anatomy and physiology teaching lab. So I treated them to strawberry shortcake, and 2 of them were like, "Thank you, this has been the worst week of my life, and you just made it better with strawberries and whipped cream and strawberry shortcake." And I'm like, well, I'm happy to help. So they went over really well. They were really good. So today is lobster day, so we're gonna have lobster. My husband actually went and bought lobster tails, so that's what we're having for dinner tonight. One of the ladies at work, she's like, "You're not bringing us lobster? You bring a strawberry shortcake, but you're not going to bring us lobster?" I'm like, "I don't love you that much." So, but it's fun. It's kind of interesting to try to figure out how I'm going to meet each day's celebration. It's like a challenge. And I love checklists. If I can check things off a list, that makes me super happy. So, I don't know if you've heard that. Somebody just bought something. So, think that's it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you have any questions, leave them below, and I will see you in about 5 or 6 days. Thanks.